Yo, what is going on guys? Welcome back to another GTA 5 video. So as I'm sure most of you guys are aware, this week Rockstar Games finally went ahead and released some of the police outfits that I've been telling you guys about for some time now. They do include the LSPD summer outfit, which of course can be unlocked by completing 3 dispatch work missions, and you can also unlock a park ranger outfit by simply just going ahead and purchasing the park ranger vehicle. If you already own the park ranger vehicle, then you'll get this outfit for free straight away. However, with Rockstar Games finally releasing these outfits and releasing more police content very soon in the form of the winter outfits for the winter DLC, we also know Rockstar Games do have some more police vehicles planned, which I've already made a video on, so if you haven't seen that video, I will leave it linked down low in the comment section. However, thanks to some of the most credible data miners, it's not only police vehicles and outfits that we do know about. In yesterday's video, we took a look at some new leaks indicating we could be seeing Rockstar Games release a police station property, which they have had planned with the Cops and Crooks DLC. I've also broke down all of the leaked features that would have been included with that property, so I'll also leave a link to that video down low in the comment section if you haven't seen it yet. However, there was another thing included with the Cops and Crooks DLC that we are going to see Rockstar Games still release very soon, and that is some new weapons. We haven't received many new weapons in the past few DLCs, and thanks to leaks we know about a bunch of weapons already found in the game files that it's very likely we're going to be seeing very soon to coincide with more of the unreleased police content that Rockstar Games plan on dropping into the game over the coming weeks and months. Now that we've got police missions, outfits, vehicles, of course it would only make sense Rockstar Games went ahead and included some of these weapons that, like I said, they've already created and have already been found in the game files. I'm also going to be letting you guys know about some more content found in these leaks that we should be seeing with this big winter DLC. Of course, we already know we're going to be receiving brand new mansion properties, but just like the past 4 big DLCs, Rockstar Games will definitely be including more of the Cops and Crooks content to include with this DLC, which, like I said, we're going to be fully breaking down in today's video. So as always, if you guys do want to enjoy the video and you do appreciate me keeping you up to date with all of the latest GTA 5 news, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, as I do post daily GTA 5 videos. With that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so like I mentioned, it already spoke about some cut animations that were to do with the Cops and Crooks DLC, which of course would have been to do with new actions involving being a police officer or even being a criminal being arrested. So some of these animations including putting a player in handcuffs, a player getting down on his knees with his hands behind his head, plus a bunch more like being able to transport a player once he's arrested. So if you guys haven't seen that video, do be sure to go ahead and watch it after this video if you are interested in more leaks to do with the Cops and Crooks DLC. Now, Yoshi, who is one of the most credible data miners in the GTA 5 community, who has leaked out a ton of stuff to do with DLCs over the years, he went ahead and said this: there was also some collectibles, including a police badge. There was also a gun, but that came out in a later DLC. So as I'm sure you guys are all aware, and as I've mentioned in a previous video, the Cops and Crooks DLC, for you guys that are unaware, I am aware there's a lot of new GTA 5 players that I do see in my comment section who have no idea that the Cops and Crooks DLC was actually a DLC planned to be released back in 2020. However, it did get pulled due to the politics around policing in America, and they ended up making a quick Southern San Andreas summer update. A lot of you guys thought that update was very random, and that's because Rockstar Games never actually planned on releasing that update that summer, but like I said, it was meant to be the Cops and Crooks DLC. Now, he also mentioned in that post, like I said, that they also had a gun that was part of the Cops and Crooks DLC that was later released. Now, it didn't take me long to figure out or remember what gun potentially could have been included with a police DLC that was released And once again, this is another item that I showed you guys how to glitch years ago in the game. Of course, this was after 2020 when it was meant to be in the Cops and Crooks, but then like I said, was later released as Rockstar Games had all of this unreleased content that they still can go ahead and release. And of course, the stun gun is a very known police weapon, especially in the UK where only certain police are allowed to be armed, unlike America. However, he does expand on this post by saying there was also a collectible for tagging posters, additionally a flash grenade, a riot shotgun, and a riot SMG. So once again, just like the stun gun, which of course is quintessentially very much a police weapon, flash grenades are very much used by the police, and funny enough, we actually seen gameplay of this being used in the GTA 6 trailer when you get a first person view of the police conducting a raid on one of the properties. As I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen in videos or you've watched Cops back in the day, they kick the door down, usually throw a flash grenade in there, shocks everyone, and you can storm into the building. Now interestingly, they also had a riot shotgun and a riot SMG, which is very interesting to see. As you guys can see on screen, pretty much a bad boy police shotgun, which you guys would expect would be an instant one-shot kill shotgun. And then of course he also mentions there would have been a riot SMG. So of course, once again, police weaponry, usually armed police deal with stuff like riots, big protests, where they do have specific type of weapons to deal with big crowds. So a riot SMG over your typical SMG will most likely carry bigger magazines, and like I said, come with a few more capabilities more suited to policing. Now that wasn't all. There was also 65 tattoos that was found in the game files, which would have been very interesting indeed. And whilst 99% of you guys are aware that these data miners are 100% legit and credible with what they say, he did also go ahead and shared some game files to back up of what he was saying. So as you guys can see here, there was coding which read case collectible police badges, and it is important to note it does say police badges and not badge. As I mentioned earlier, it would of course make sense for them to release police outfits with a police DLC, and not just your bog standard ones, different styles of them, so we could even go ahead and customize the badges on the outfit, which would be a nice little touch from Rockstar Games, especially if we can go ahead and have our crew logo molded into the police badge. I think that would be a really sick feature they could add. However, he does go on to show some more game files here showing a bunch of different police weapons that were found in the game files. As I mentioned, we've got the stun gun, which was actually a special police version of the stun gun, the riot SMG, the BZ gas M2, so obviously some sort of gas where you can gas players out, the riot shotgun, a flash grenade, the police rifle, and another stun grenade. From going to having no flashbangs whatsoever in the game before to going ahead and having either a flash or a stun grenade, it should be very interesting to see what these are like once Rockstar Games go ahead and release them. However, he then goes ahead and shows some more game files here, which does read CNC proximity chat range. That is actually code for Cops and Crooks. So this was an ability that Rockstar Games, like I say, do have planned for, and I am very interested to hear from you guys on this one. How do you think Rockstar Games are going to use this proximity chat? And if you do appreciate me keeping you up to date with all of the latest leaks and news, all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video.